Hello, everyone. Welcome to Heart Center Tarot. I am very glad that you're here for our second two lives. Um, I will be joined shortly by Lady Phoebe from Tarot Between Sisters. And unfortunately, um, we won't be joined by her sister, as she forgot she had a prior engagement. So I have to figure out how to turn this down. So let me see how we do. If we do. Oh, no, 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 no. It's gone now. Okay. I'm going to have to work on that later. And yeah, make sure that my volume is off. Okie dokie. So I think we're ready for Lady Phoebe. You ready for us?
Sorry, give me 1 second.
What? Too late.
Oh my God.
What are you doing?
Oh my goodness. I'm trying to get my light going. Oh, and the dog just came back from a pee. Oh my goodness. I swear I'm
Okay, so
prepared. I'm so ready until like 2 seconds before things happen.
yeah. Yeah, well that's okay. I started a few minutes ago and I had my the the other little computer on because I thought I was going to figure out how we could do the where you could see
The
the
comments.
chat. Yeah. And of course, I came on here and I came on the little computer, the tablet, and the sound was going. So there was this,
Right.
electricity fighting between the two computers. So I had to turn the other one off. So there.
We're still
Yeah,
learning.
that's that. But while you're doing that, it gives me a chance to say hello and to anyone who's going to be coming in. So far, we don't have anyone. It could be just you and me, babe.
That's okay.
But yeah, but we'll wait, give people a chance to wander in,
Well, I'm not even ready yet, so here we are.
Oh, that's all right. We've got Mimi Blue Music in here. Hi, Mimi. How are you? Um, and Kathy Bay is here. Hi, Kathy.
Okay.
Mimi Blue. Yes, yeah, you could ask certainly a couple questions, and we'll be more than glad to read them for you. Just give us a few minutes here. I'm going to start your comments so that I don't. There we go. I don't forget. Um, and yeah, we'll give others a chance to come in. Hope everybody's okay. Hope you're all doing good.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah. Welcome, Lady Phoebe.
It's so funny. Every like circle or mediumship, anything that I have, I'm like, okay, I'm prepared. I've got my cards in there. I'm good to go. And then like right before I'm supposed to go on, I'm like, oh no, I have to do this, and this. And then
Yeah, it happens.
frenzy ensued. So, but I'm here.
That's right. Deep breath.
Yes.
We're good to go. We're good to go.
How are you, Marina?
Oh, I am well, thank you.
That's good.
I'm glad it's Friday. Yeah, end of the week. It's been a very interesting week. Very interesting. And I'll tell you why.
I was going to say, care to share?
Huh?
I was going to say, care to share?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So let me just hold on. I think I'm just going to um, adjust something on here.
Check my teeth.
There we go. Is that better when it comes to sound?
It's about the same.
Okay. Uh, all right. So yeah, the I think it was Monday or Tuesday. I can't remember exactly what day it was, but I woke up in the morning, and I'm always wearing this pendant, right? The Lemurian pendant. Um, I forgot to put it on, and I felt so disconnected, so lost. Like it was, yeah, it was
Here it
just
is.
really, really, I know it was really weird. And it wasn't until the evening that I finally realized that as I was getting into bed and I saw it there and I thought, oh, that's right. I mean, I can't remember not wearing it.
I've
So,
had it on every single time I've seen you for the last, as long as I can remember. That
no,
one,
there you
like,
go.
it up, but that's the one that you wear more often than anything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. This one for those.
It's
Yeah.
beautiful. Look at that.
Yeah. This is the stone of Lemuria, which is apparently where I come from. So, okay. Alrighty. Just a couple things. Yes, of course you can ask questions. We'll do our very best to answer them, whether it's through the cards or mediumship or whatever. And yeah, we'll take it from there. I do want to do a little bit of housekeeping first. Um, and well, thank you, Kathy. Um, just for those of you that are interested in booking a reading, please get in touch with me at Heart Centered Tarot at outlook.com. I'm going to try to put it down in the description. I don't know if I made it last time or not, but anyway, I'll try to put it in there. And as soon as we hit 250 subscribers, someone's going to get a free 30-minute reading. So there. Okay. So, are we ready to roll? Or as they say, are you ready to rumble?
Are you ready to rumble?
Yeah. Okay. So, um, here we go. I wonder
Can
if
we
that will
do
all
the prayer thing first? I'd like to.
Oh, yes, of course.
Yeah, I need a second just to get in the state.
Okay, no problem. So the question here is from Mimi Blue Music. And um, and she says, or he, what is my friend Chris's intentions towards me? Like, does he like me romantically or friendship? I have feelings, but I don't express them or tell him because I don't know what his feelings are. Oh, okie dokie. All right. You can think about those, and I am going to get some
We both go
cards.
for
I'll do my.
cards.
Huh?
We both go for our
We
cards.
both go. Of course. We're in sync that way.
Okay, is it here? Oh, it's in. Okay, hold on. I have another deck that I think I want to use for this.
Okay.
I didn't expect a love question. You know what? Most of this live is
That's
just
all right.
talking and off the camera.
Sure. Okay. And if you can hear that, that's Clarity's saying hello to her dad, who just got home, and
Aw.
she's quite excited.
We have dogs. We have dogs. Real life, right?
Dogs, cats, it's just animals. Okay. So, Mimi, I have, I have here, feed your soul. I have, whoops, justice, illumination, follow your gut, and secrets revealed. I think if you take a chance and uh, and discuss your feelings, I think that you will find that there might very well be reciprocated. And the reason that I say that is because you've got the follow your gut, and then the secrets revealed right after it. So I think Chris probably has feelings for you as well, and would be more than surprised, and would probably say, "Oh, thank you. I was going to say something, but I was too scared, didn't know." Anyway, um, I think I go for it. I go for it. What do you get, Lady Phoebe?
I'm trying to decipher what I am getting. Because I definitely do think that there's an element of going out and getting what you want and being okay with whatever outcome comes, like being true to who you are. I think there is an element of you hiding a bit of yourself because you're not being willing to share your feelings with him. And so I think it's doing you more of a disservice not sharing those with him. So I'm not seeing more of the outcome of what's going to happen. I'm seeing more of what it's doing to you right now by not saying something. And I got like, okay, so the deck that I grabbed is the sexual tarot. So it's a little bit kinky. I hope we're all adults here. Are we all adults here? I hope so. Yeah. Okay. So I
Yeah,
got
yeah.
it's and so there's like this cutting through the truth, like being really honest with yourself and being really honest with yourself. And then I got the Emperor, so that's him on here. So I do think that he is a I think he's a good catch. Like I think that he's a good man. He's got a good job. I think that he is a good quality man. Um, but I got Four of Swords upside down. So there's a little bit of work I feel like he has to do still on himself. Like he's a good person, a good man, but there's still something. So what my thing is, I do think you should go for it because it's more being true to yourself. But I don't know if the timing will actually bring that about because I just feel like the timings. But I do agree with Marina that you just being expressive and being very honest with your feelings will do you so much good. So it's kind of one of those things to kind of let go of the outcome and just be bold and do it. And again, we're just readers on YouTube Live, right? Like you follow
Yeah.
your intuition and you follow your own guidance. But I think that you being willing to go for what you want and not be crushed if the right outcome doesn't come, right? Like it's that confidence. Like I like you. I want to know where this goes because I'm sick of being in this middle spot of um, just not knowing because that's so stressful in that
Mhm.
spot. So I just feel like there's
Yeah,
movement that needs to happen from that spot.
exactly. Exactly. And Mimi, you had asked, does he know I like him? So I quickly pulled three cards. Um, and what I got was answers come in dreams. I got the family card, which togetherness, and success is assured. So I agree with Phoebe. I think um, if you take a chance, um, look, one of two things is going to happen. Okay, either it's going to be successful, or the outcome may not be exactly what you want it to be at this moment in time. That doesn't mean never. It just means at this moment in time. But better to know than to wonder and guess and not say anything, right? Let's just for a moment, let's assume that yes, he knows you like him. And by you not saying anything, he could be sitting back going, well, maybe I'm misinterpreting, right? And maybe he'll meet someone. And then what? Then what? So um, take a chance, take a chance and just let him know how you feel. So,
And sorry, just a little ad. I totally agree. Your life, I feel you're on pause right now because you're not move. There's no direction movement, and that pause is a stressful place to be because there's just so much like time to start moving forward with your energy. And then I kind of wonder if there is anything else in your life that you feel like you're kind of on pause on. And so if you're wondering why you're not moving forward a little bit, this one decision to do this might help bring your momentum going again. There.
perfect. Perfect. Okay. Kathy B has a question, and I'm going to see if I can't do this.
Oh my God.
The oh, it
I can
worked!
see it.
It
Good
worked!
job, Marina. Okay, you're killing it, girl. You're killing it. Thank God you're in charge of all the
Okay.
technology stuff. Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm. You know what? I'm. um. Okay. Personally, I have not. Um, but I think that is because um, as readers, we all have sort of our um, protection, right? That that, or you wouldn't know unless you've been on my channel before. But I generally do a reading prayer. Now, I did one earlier before Phoebe got on. Um, for those of you that are interested, I can do it again just so you can kind of see what it is. Um, but I use that as protection so that um, any messages that I receive, I give them out, and then they're they're gone. There's only things of God's light and love that I allow into my space. How about you, Phoebe?
So there's different ways that people experience, like, I'll give you an example of the two things how I perceive information. There's external information that you can perceive. So that is like some readers that I know, you actually see things outside. So you do see spirits walking out. You do see something with your visual eyes. And I forget what it's called. Um, Projected. Anyway, I forget what it's called, but it's an external thing. So you actually see it with your eyes. Then there's other readers like me. I see everything internal. So I have smelling that I do external, but it's only sense that I have that's external. Everything else is in my mind's eye. So I do see, like when I'm doing mediumship reads, I will see someone, but it's in my mind's eye. Like yesterday, I saw someone open my door and wave at me, but it's in my mind's eye. So it's not like outside in my room and in my space. I've never had that encounter where I've seen something, but it does feel like when I'm seeing it here, it's very clear, but it's just not like outside. And it's not like I haven't seen, like my lights have flickered and stuff, but I haven't seen like things being tossed across the room, or I haven't heard any external voices. Like there's some people that will hear things externally as well. And so it's just, it depends on gifts. So there's the protection that Marina was talking about, and then it depends on the ability that you have as well. We have a Tiffany, she experiences everything on the outside. So she sees things, she hears things like they're actually being like whispered in her ear. And so she would see something and spirit. And As far as like entities go too, um, there's a protection thing, and there's also like belief systems, right? If you believe in evil things, then you will experience evil things. I don't believe in evil things, so I don't experience evil things. So everything that comes to me is for my highest good and everyone else around me. So there's just certain things that each reader puts in place to just kind of keep themselves protected, like what Marina said. I hope
Yeah.
that. Oh, I had one guy who literally was with me for like 2 weeks, and not in a weird, creepy way, but like literally with me for 2 weeks. And he was just in my dreams. I'd wake up and I could feel him with me. He was saying songs on the radio, and like there'd be a radio, like, and it was always Justin Bieber. There was something because the sitter, like my friend Kara, it was her friend that had passed, and he loved Justin Bieber. And so as soon as I said that to her, like he keeps on making me listen to Justin Bieber songs, and Justin Bieber songs play way more often on the radio than I have noticed before. And she's like, "Oh my god, he loves Justin Bieber." So there's the energy, like the feeling of the energy that keeps with you, but it's not like an entity that like I'm like, "Excuse me, move out of the way. I need to get through there to the bathroom." Like it's not that sort of thing. So there, I hope that answers the question. Apparently, I can talk a lot
Perfect.
about.
Yeah. And Kathy says, thank you both. I've had a few weird things happen in my house, but I've never seen anything. And, sometimes, yes, ancestors will come through
Yep,
and just want to let you know that they're there,
yep.
right? So that's,
That's like generally light
um,
flash or like things moved. That's like ancestors
mhm,
just their attention. Like that's just like, hey, I'm here. Hello.
yep, yep, just passing through. Hope you're okay. And Sheila from Angel Feather Tarot is here.
Oh, hello.
And yeah, welcome, Sheila. And she says, I actually lived with three ghosts that I saw with my own eyes. Nice, nice. And yeah, like Phoebe said, some people see things. With me, it's more a feeling. I I um, I get a feeling, or I'll hear a word, or a sentence, or a conversation that like something that you would overhear. I haven't. The only the only thing, and honestly, even to this day, I wonder. Um, and that was many many years ago when my grandmother passed away, and she passed away in Europe. Um, and I was supposed to go visit that particular summer, and I don't know what happened. Something happened anyway. I didn't go. Um, she passed away, and the night she passed away, um, there was I was laying in bed, and there was knocking on my bedroom window, and so I kind of looked up to see who it was, and she was literally on the other side, saying, I wanted to see you before I left, but
Aww.
he said no. So I know what I heard.
Yeah.
Um, and and like I said, to this day, and I'm getting shivers up and down my spine. So okay, maybe I'll just admit right here, right now. Thank you, Grandma. Okay, that
Thank
yeah, it was her, just letting me know, because yeah, I was one of her favorites.
you. Aww.
Yeah.
That's right.
So there,
Yeah, that's right.
yeah, and okay, we have got, okay, yeah, Sheila says they were moving things in the house, and disembodied faces in the kitchen was awful. Ooh, Sheila, yeah, yeah, you know what? Smudge, if that, and that's to anybody. If anything like that ever happens, smudge your house from every single corner. Okay, you start in one corner, and you're smudging all the way to the other corner and back, every single room. And if you say out loud, I allow only those things of God's light and love in my presence. And when you're done, anything that is not of God's light and love, leave now. There is no place for you. Go to the light, go to love, but there's no place for you here. Right. And let them go. Yeah, Sheila says I moved. Well, yeah,
That solves
yeah,
it real quick.
yeah,
And you don't
totally,
put that in the
totally.
new contract. Oh, by the way, you're moving in with three ghosts.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. Uh, Beats wants to know if uh, if he or she can ask a question. And I thought you did earlier, but no. No, I mean, I thought that there was a question and I missed it, but absolutely Beats. And I think we're both doing fine.
Yes.
So go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, Kathy, it sad but sweet. Absolutely. Yeah, she says that was a sad but sweet story. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Sheila says, yeah, problem. It was an enormous high rise, not a house. Um, you know what? You can do this in any space that you occupy, right? You make it your space. And this is kind of weird, but any place that I have lived in, that I have moved to, um, before anything else comes in the house, I will go through it very loudly. I have a bell that I ring, and I say, "This is now my house. This is my house. This is my house," from room to room, just so that if there's any other kind of energy that's from anybody that's sticking around, it's like their invitation to, you gotta go.
Yeah,
It's
I have
my
a question,
house.
Karina.
Hmm.
The bells. I've watched. I love doing. Like I love watching lives on TikTok and everything, and all the readers, and of course I'm all into that shit, right? And there's this one
Yeah.
girl. Like of course, there's this one girl, and she and all of the women, because she's got an app that she's got a whole bunch of tarot readers and mediums and psychics, whatever, that work on this app, and not all of them, but a lot of them ring bells, and like so she has
Yeah.
these two bells, and then she goes ding before any reading. Is that a clearing of the space, or is it like a like what is the bell?
Yeah. Yeah. It is. It's a real quick way to clear the space,
Okay,
right?
that's
Some
figured, but I
people,
just
yeah, you'll see some people will they'll take their cards, okay, before they start a reading, and they'll put them over top of either a candle
yeah,
or incense
yeah,
smudge, whatever. Yeah, others, and I've done this a few times when I think, okay, I need the answer, tap on them,
yeah,
right?
knock 'em.
That knock them. Yeah, that clears it. Or yeah, the
Little bell.
little bell, just,
Okay.
yeah, bell over top, that works too. Okay. Beats, yes, of course. Yes, of course you may ask. What is your question? Oh, while we're waiting for Beats to post the question, Sheila from Angel Feather Tarot says, I moved. Now I know I'm a medium. Absolutely.
See, it was all for a purpose.
Yeah, there you go.
Isn't that fun?
Totally.
Well, it's funny too.
Yeah.
Like as a medium, you may know this. Then it's funny when you pick up a spirit and like no one can take it, but you're like, there is something here. That's where it's like in the room. Like sometimes spirits just live in that house. Like what you had, that apartment, you had three spirits there. Like if you were to do a mediumship reading there, probably you would pick on one of them, and the sitter wouldn't be able to take it. But you're like, no, there is someone else here. So it's kind of funny when they start kind of popping in, and you're like, get out of here.
Okay. So Beat's question is, I was hoping to ask what I can expect moving forward between me and my past person, Gary G. We spoke and recently ran into each other a few days ago. If you see them reaching out, please let me know. Hmm. Okay. So, okay. Um, let's let's take a look. I'll Well, I'm going to use the tarot. Oh, Sheila, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, that would be. She says, yeah, that it's not a badge of honor for her. It messed up my life for a long time. Yeah,
Mm.
it would. Okay. And
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that too, Sheila. I know, like, I have had a very gentle introduction to mediumship, but that's not everyone's story. A lot of times where it's been, so sorry to hear that, because yeah, it can be very traumatic.
mm-hmm. Okay. Um. Ooh. Okay, beats. Here's what I'm getting with the tarot cards. Okay, is whoops. I still got to figure this out. We got the star. Uh, we got the devil. I've got the three of pentacles. I have got the uh, queen of cups and the five of pentacles. Okay. So what I'm getting here, and you can let me know if it resonates with you. But what I got is this wasn't really a healthy relationship in the first place, and it was painful for you um, to see some of the qualities in the person that you didn't like. Um, you know, you did try to talk it out. You did try um, to reconnect on an emotional level even before you split up, but you're kind of the five of pentacles. You're kind of out in the cold. So you know what? Take what you have learned from the relationship, use it to grow in the next relationship. But moving forward, just offer them light and love, and encouragement on their way. But don't put too much um, into a relationship at this point. Okay. What do you see, Phoebe?
Can I just would like to know if that resonated with her first, because if it resonated with her, then I think that's a complete thing.
How was that, Beats? Just waiting. Still waiting. Okay, I'm not sure. Don't have anything yet.
It's funny. We should have like a dance or something. Waiting for the answers.
Yeah, totally.
But then I think that actually it's better if they see just nothing.
You're definitely, oh, okay, here's Beans. You're definitely right about the being left out in the cold part, but it being toxic wasn't really it. Does that help, Phoebe?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, the reason why I asked is because my kind of came out and were a little bit. Okay. So first, I'm just going to say the cards. First, I got flexible. Oh, there we go. Flexible. And then I got loyal heart. I don't know why I want to go the wrong way. Loyal heart. and then I got a change in the wind, and then mending.
Mm.
So I'm just putting them all together, and it feels like it's funny. It feels like the running into him reignited something, and that's where this guy comes in, that loyal heart. And then it's like, because it's almost like you think that chapter's done, and then you run into him, and then there's some like I feel like like you guys have done some work on yourselves, and so there's been you're not the same people that you were, and so the meeting kind of was this recognition of who you were for each other, but then there was also like this glimmer of something new. So as far as like I don't know what
Mhm.
the flexible, like I'm trying to get what the flexible means with me, and I can't quite hit what it means. But the mending card came out, so I'm like, that right there with the changes that had been done. So I don't know, like I kind of think like inflexible. So I don't know if you guys broke up because one of you guys was being inflexible with the other. Like one person was always compromising and the other person wasn't, and so it just became this constant trying to see if the other person would take the other person's wants into consideration, and just being very inflexible. That's kind of the only thing I'm getting. But the feeling I feel is that you guys have kind of made some changes on yourself, and there's been some hurts that you guys have let go of, and then like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that is kind of what I'm getting from the cards. Not sure if any of that resonated, but that's what the cards just laid out. So will he reach out? I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. Like to actually say like, oh, he'll reach out, but like someone I think is going to reach out.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And it beats. It may sound like we're giving you two diametrically opposed things. Um, I'm not sure that we are, but okay. I the energy that I read on and the things that I pick up, um, no one is ever 100% right. So, that's what I pick up, but that doesn't mean um, that Phoebe isn't right. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I think it could very well be. Maybe things have um, maybe things have changed. Maybe that Queen of Cups was, you know, discussing feelings and whatnot and having that opportunity. So yeah. And okay, Beat says, thank you both for the insight. I greatly appreciate it. You're more than welcome. You're more than welcome. And if you liked, I forgot to say this earlier, but you know what? If you like the reading, um, if you find value in what we're doing, don't forget hit the subscribe button. Okay, hit the like button, and then after you do it here at Heart Center Tarot, then go over to Tarot Between Sisters and subscribe
You
over
may as
there.
well. You may as well, right?
Yeah, you want to.
Yeah.
All the cool kids are doing it.
Pressure still.
Yeah, totally. Totally. And Kathy B. Another question. Did your psychic ability develop from using tarot cards, or did you realize that you were psychic before you began using them? Hmm.
Before.
And yeah.
I think both of us before. Tarot was just I've dealt with self-doubt a lot in my journey, and that's just a life lesson that I am here to learn, and I get that. And so I've been doubtful of myself that I'm actually getting information. So tarot was a really cool way to get past that fear of giving people readings, because that's why I went to tarot, because I'm getting all this information. I can feel all these things from people and situations and things, and I know sometimes when things are going to happen. I know, right? Like all of that stuff. But I just didn't have the confidence to share it with anyone, to do anyone any good. So tarot, I joined a tarot group 2 years ago, and that was for me to get over the fear of giving readings to people. And so it was definitely psychic first, and then tarot was just, I call it a lube. It's a good lube to get me in there, and it gives me, like, when I'm stuck or when I can't formulate my thought, like the message properly, then the cards, it's like a cheat sheet almost. Like it helps me start the conversation, and then I can just go with it. So it's more of
Yep.
a tool that has helped my psychicness, not a tool that brought in my psychicness. Psychicness.
Right.
We're gonna coin that, psychicness.
Yeah, do it. Yeah, and the same thing with me. That yeah, the psychic ability was always there. I suppressed it for a long time, um, and sort of came back to it um, in the last number of years. And same thing. The the tarot is very much a tool, um, and it's also a guide, right? Like Phoebe says, when um, I know I know what I'm hearing, I know what I'm thinking in my head, and sometimes I just don't know where to start. Right? So the tarot, the oracle cards, they're sort of a way to say, okay, this is the beginning. Start here, right? Um, and working with that, yeah, got to the point that I did my own cards because I thought, okay, there's some of the messages that I'm getting and some of the feelings and impressions I couldn't really find in a tarot card or in an oracle card. And so, yeah, the message came, make your own deck. And I thought, right, sure.
Whatever.
Who am I? Who am I? Yeah, yeah. And still, I think, Phoebe, you can say if you're the same way or not, but I still have doubts about my abilities. Even though when I do a reading and someone will say, "Wow, that just knocked my socks off." Yeah, you were so bang on. And there's always the little voice in the back of my head that, every once in a while will crop up and say, "You fraud." So, but I've learned to recognize that's ego, and I say, "Ego, go home. Let's
That's some
just go
bullshit
away."
there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah. And no, I'm not pretty good to make my own deck. it was, it truly was inspired. Um, that I am not an artist. Um, Drawing stick people is a challenge for me sometimes. Right? So, but it was more the words, and then some of the images just sort of came, and it was like, oh, okay, yeah, you know you want a picture of a family, I'll do that. But yeah, that's what it was. So it's a fun adventure, definitely fun adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's laughing. Kathy's laughing.
Well, I love your deck.
Thank you, thank you. And you know one of the people that both Phoebe and I know, in our Terra group, um, really liked my deck. And so um, she was, I guess, inspired to make her own deck. And I thought, that's fantastic. Absolutely. Do it, do it, do it. So I got her a pack of the playing cards and said, "Here, just you know." Um, and she was saying, "Well, what do I put on them?" I said, "You'll know when you start playing with it, you'll know what to put on there." Well, she put together her own little deck, and to me, it's beautiful. I look
It's
at it and I
awesome.
think, "Oh my God, it's awesome! It's such an awesome deck." And yeah, Phoebe and I are driving home, and I'm saying, "Did you see her deck? That is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous deck." My deck? Are you kidding? People are lying.
It's garbage.
So yeah, garbage. Go away. It's so yeah. We all do. And any psychic medium, whatever, who says to you, "No, I've never had a moment of doubt." Yeah, find someone else.
I have like super anxiety, like not super anxiety, but performance anxiety, like a little bit. I'm starting to get a little bit of a handle on it the more confidence that I get. But it would be to the point where I'd like, I'm sorry, I was gonna get, but I'd have to go to the bathroom. I'd get on any whatever because I'm like, I just like it was just this terrible belly thing that I was like, hey, this has to go away eventually. Like I can't live like this, and it has subsided now, and we're getting a little better. But yeah, there's always the doubt.
Yeah, totally, totally. And Kathy says, "Do you know who your guides are?"
Yes, I do. Sorry, one of my guys just told me his name yesterday, and I was like, hmm.
Cool.
Yes. So it was just that extra. Yeah, I've known my guides for a really long time. I've done so many circles and courses when I first started out because I didn't know quite where I wanted to land. And in all those, you learn how to meet your guides and everything. So I've known about my guides for a really long time. But I just got a new one presented to me, and it's my mediumship guide. And he is this huge, big eagle, huge, like huge big eagle. And when I get in the zone to do mediumship, he gets me to get on his back. And that's how I know that I'm in the right zone. And so I'm like on my eagle's back. And he told me his name yesterday, and it's Zion, which I was like
Nice.
I even get like, I don't know what it is. I just get the biggest feeling when I say his name and just like that. And he's just, yeah. So that's how I know. And if I'm not quite at a place where I'm ready to do mediumship, like if I'm in a doubtful place, because one time he actually said to me, no, you're still in doubt and fear. And I was like, okay. So then I went through the thing again to like get myself out of that, and then he let me get on his back. And so I always know when I'm there because he lets me get on his back. So it's just like, oh, yes. So yes, I do know my guides.
Nice. Nice. I'm not 100% sure. Um, I think that I suspect only because they um, some of the things that happen with it um, after within a day or two of my dad passing away. Um, I met this dog, wolf, whatever, um, on the road. And I always, from as far back as I could remember, had a fear of dogs. Anything bigger than cat's eyes, and I could not be near it. If I came to your house and you had a big dog, I would ask you to put it away somewhere that it could not get to me. After my dad passed away, I met this animal as I was coming down the back road, and this thing is in front of me. We kind of met in the middle of the road, and I just got such an overwhelming feeling of love and protection that all I could do was stare at this animal, just stare into his eyes, and I was totally awestruck. And I wasn't that far from my house. I was maybe 30, 40 feet at most from my house. And there wasn't any areas where the animal could go. So I thought, okay, I'm just gonna I'm just going to drive down to the end of the street. I'm going to park my car and I'm going to go meet this animal. So I start driving. I could see it in the rear view mirror. I turned the corner, parked my car, got out, went to meet it. It was gone. It was absolutely gone. And I just knew, I absolutely knew that was my dad, and that he was letting me know he was there, and he was protecting me, and he was going to look after me. And from that moment on, the fear of dogs absolutely left me.
Like we go to the dog
It's,
park.
yeah, dog park, man. I get the great big ones that come up, and oh, I'm all over them like white on rice. So, yeah, yeah, absolutely.
That's awesome.
So,
Well, I love that your dad helped kind of facilitate the healing with you and the dogs too, right? Like it was obviously something that he's like, okay, this has got to go because he knows what's happening in the future now. Like you're gonna have a dog and all this, so we got to get rid of this fear right now,
yep.
so that can be no. And it's funny when you start talking about your dad, my ear started ringing.
Yeah, yeah. And Kathy says, "Oh, thanks for sharing."
You're very
And
welcome.
she loves the story. And yeah, yours. She said it sounds so incredible. And she also said, "Yeah, do you think self doubt comes from being a woman in our society too?" I
Um,
think part of it is um, that I think it's getting better in that younger women are a lot more self assured than women of my generation. So I think that it is getting a little better. Um, Women have all, because we've always been powerful, we forgot how powerful we are. We allowed the church and those in charge to define us, to tell us what we can and can't do. Um, and so we get to the point that we police ourselves, right? That when a man says, "Ah, you know what? I am I'm going to go down this career path, and I'm going to make $1 million by the time that I'm 30." And people pat him on the back and say, "Excellent, you go, you go. We'll part the seas so that you can get to where it is that you want to go." A woman says the same thing, and very often it's, "Oh, of course you will, honey. Of course you will. You could do anything you want." And the message is, yeah, yeah, you can. That's a nice dream to have until you get married and you have a family, right? So it is getting better, but we still have a lot of those old things. Plus, don't forget, too, a lot of us were labeled and killed as witches in past lives. We remember that. It's part of our DNA. So, we're kind of a little reluctant to say hi. I'm one of those. So, yeah,
one,
that's what.
I'll just say, relates to what you're saying, and I've told you this, Marina, but I'll tell it anyway. One of my past lives, I was, and because in lives, right, we all switch like titles or roles with each other, right?
Mhm.
So like
Yeah.
brother can be your son and your sister can be your husband. Like it all changes. My dad was I was married to my dad in an old lifetime, so we were a married couple, and he told on me as a witch, and I got killed for it. So now in this lifetime coming up, he is my dad, and he left when I was 3, and so then there's the abandonment again. So that's where a lot of my self-doubt comes from, is childhood trauma and past life trauma that is coming up in this lifetime to be dealt with. So I'm happy that it's getting better because it means I'm working through that. But yeah, it's like we all have stories of where things stem from and all things, whatever, in society. Like it's a big jumble of a whole bunch of factors. So I'd say yes to your question and other stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And she says, yeah, it's so true. So I can't, um, I can't see it on here, but I think, Kathy, are you the only one in here with us? Because if you are, that's great. That so works. Yeah, and I guess working things out from the past lives is an important part of it too. Didn't think of, yeah, yeah. It's amazing how much of our past lives we subconsciously bring into our lives here. And yeah, I think one of the best ways, uh yeah, she's I'm number one, she says. Yay. That's
Party of
good.
three, party.
Totally. So yeah, one of the best ways to think about the um past, oh, it's gone out of my head. I had something and it was so important from
There's
past lives.
lives.
Duh, gone. Okay, clearly didn't need to be said, otherwise it. Alrighty. Okie doke. Well, I think we can shut this down. We can try again on another night, and that's kind of what we were doing, was trying different nights to see when it would resonate.
Yeah.
And oh yes, Kathy, it will come back to me the minute that I say and broadcast. It'll go
She'll text me.
and it
This is
would
what I was gonna say. Like that's epic, Karina. Come on.
epic, epic. Yeah, totally. So now, Kathy, while I have your attention, did you get the a notification saying that this channel was going live? Did you maybe get that yesterday or today? Don't you hate it when it does that? Uh-huh. Yeah.
Story of our lives, eh? Oh, it's something so good.
Yeah. It would have made all the difference, but yeah. So did yeah, just let me know, Kathy, because I don't get the notice, but I thought, okay, how um would something go out to my subscribers? Okay, I just checked my subscription. I don't use the notification since I never opened my Gmail account.
Oh, does it come through?
Oh,
No.
hmm.
This new technology stuff. Like,
Yeah, because generally when I'll get them from other readers, it will come on YouTube, and it will say, yeah, upcoming, especially if you subscribe and if you hit the little bell icon, then it will notify you whenever they post a video. And I would assume
that live would be the same.
that, yeah, that, because I do see them sometimes when they'll say, join me tonight at 9. I'm on with Susie Q or whatever. So yeah. Okay. Well, that would be great, Kathy. Ed, you know what? Let us know next time.
And thank
Yeah.
you guys for being here. Mwah.
Yes, thank you very much for being here and for listening to us, and letting us do this.
That was a fun one
So
too. Got to just talk about like some of the. It's cool talking about like spirit guides and past lives and all. Like it's so
absolutely,
much bigger than just reading tarot cards, right? Like there's so much more to life that no one really talks about in normal day to day things. So it's really cool to like exchange experiences and to talk about that, and it just makes you feel like things are so much grander than what we perceive on any given day.
absolutely,
Cool.
absolutely. Perfect. So yes, Kathy says, I'm using a browser for the chat, but I usually watch on TV through my Roku. So I just looked at who has a new video in the list. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And she says, thank you. And I'm really interested in things like guides and the afterlife. Absolutely. I think people are finally starting to wake up to the idea that we may occupy individual bodies here, but we are all part of one. We are all connected. And the more that we become connected, the better off we're going to be.
I did
So,
on quantum forgiveness. It's been scientifically proven that we are one. Like not even just like
mhm,
scientifically proven. So when the scientist starts proving that things are happening, and they're really reluctant, right? Like they're not gonna just go out and like spout things off and whatever. Like they do their research and their stuff. They've actually done tests that have, and it's called quantum physics, and it's that
yeah,
a cell was being. They would think about the cell and it would change its state. It would be affected by it. And so, how can we do that if we're not all one and all like it just doesn't make sense? We wouldn't be able to affect that just by thinking of it. So I love it when I hear things like that because I'm like, yes, like it's what I've thought and believed for so long. So it's cool when science comes out with it because then it means that it's going to be more mainstream, which is awesome.
yeah, absolutely. Okay, alrighty. Well, Kathy, thanks again for being here. Phoebe, thank you so much for being
Thank
here.
you for having me, Marina. It was so much fun
Uh,
again.
you're more than welcome. You're more than welcome. And we'll do it again. And yeah, we'll we'll send the message out to the universe, and hopefully other people will hear, and they can come in, and they can join, and they can ask questions, and yeah, and so on.
Yeah.
Anyway,
All
all
right.
right.
Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
guys.
Fantastic night,
Bye.
everybody. Bye.
See you. Bye.